Hello, my beautiful motorheads. Welcome to Féroce. I'm your host, Anik Magak, and today I have with me Robin Hartfield.
Anik, thank you very much for having me.
This is an absolute pleasure. Robin, can you tell people a little bit about what Dealer News is?
Dealer News is a magazine that goes to every dealer in North America and has since 1965. Uh, Larry Hester and Bill Bagnall, who were legends in different industries, got together to create what they saw as a hole in the market. And dealers needed a sense of community, same as that we're building digitally now.
Mm-hmm.
But back then it was still analog. So they launched a magazine. And then short order after the magazine came out, they had an industry trade show again, specifically for the dealers. And then after that, they added a secondary trade show for the distributors. And then finally, they added the Dealer Expo, which for 50 years was the industry gathering point. And the magazine was the birthplace of that and the focal point for Dealer Expo for 50 years. Now we're 60 years in. Dealer News 2.0, there's been a little water under the bridge, but the original mission is still the same. We're here to be the voice of the dealer and to be the advocate champion of the dealers.
And what part of that do you find is the most helpful for the dealers as far as topic-wise that you're covering with Dealer News?
So it's of the dealer, by the dealer, and for the dealer. Whatever they think is relevant, I hear about it. And if I'm off target, I hear about that too. And I answer to a dealer. Bob Altop bought the magazine when it went bankrupt, and I don't have the luxury to live in a vacuum, and I don't have even a monthly wait till a letter comes in the mail. As soon as an issue goes live, I am getting that feedback.
Okay.
And so it's if we're off target, even on a single story or what columnist, we refine the content. We also do 2 e-blasts a week, and we call the mailing list every single time one of those goes out. I can't afford to be flagged as spam, so it helps me. I know who our dealers are, who our readers are by name. And if somebody drops off the mailing list, why did they unsubscribe? Did the store go out of business, or did I do something wrong? And I'll even call people who've unsubscribed. If I've known their dealership or known their parents when they're running
Really?
the dealership,
Wow.
it's like, it's their magazine. If I'm not delivering, I need to know why.
Mm-hmm. How long have you been riding?
First bike was in 68.
Really? So this is a question that I ask all my guests. How many motorcycles do you own?
Not enough.
I love that answer.
I have the luxury of being a magazine guy means I don't have to buy anything new.
Mm-hmm.
I get to burn other people's gas and tires and don't pay for insurance. So that's awesome. So anything that I actually own has got to be something pretty special. So in my column, it's my 1969 Penton 6 Days 125, which was my favorite bike, and is still my favorite bike, and is still in the stable.
Is it still running?
It is still running.
Yeah.
I have not ridden it in a couple of years, but put some gas in that tank, and that's the benchmark. I feel most at home on that bike just because that's what a motorcycle is supposed to feel like. And it's nasty old 2-stroke with 6 false neutrals, but that experience still brings it back to me. Just even touching the handlebars, and I'm good with it. Newest bike in the stable is my wife's SV650, and that's the last of the carbureted models, and it was her bike, and so that's special too. And that probably gets ridden if there's nothing else available new from the manufacturers. I've got a TA 125. It was only produced and brought into America for 2 years, a 2-stroke 125 road racing bike. And it was last raced at a Weir event in 1972 and parked in a barn.
Oh, really?
Since then.
Wow.
What else is in the garage? My 1975 Jack Piner limited edition. KTM only produced 200 of those worldwide. And because it was the evolution of my original 6 Days bike, I had to have that. So I keep that. There's a Husky project bike, Chuck's son, his brother Ron's son, lesser known, and he never was a national champ. He only won one moto at an outdoor national, but he was a Husky rider, and he had a black tank 250 mag Husky, and so I have my Ron Son replica
Really?
Husky. Yeah, it's just weird, eclectic.
Yeah, I like
things.
it. I like that it's
each bike's
eclectic.
got everybody's bike's got a story.
Right.
All mine have a little bit longer stories, probably.
That's excellent. In the show today or this week, is there anything that caught your eye?
I haven't had a chance to get to go through everything. I beeline in here and I sit in front of the lights and blabber all day. But on the way in and out, there's a couple things that did catch my attention. And as much as I think that some of the e-bike stuff has jumped the shark, then I go here and I see a couple things and it's like, okay, no, there's still things happening. This is not the same. In Milan 2 years ago, they added an e-bike show hall, and there was literally 20 clones of the exact same bike, but all with different badging on the tank, and that sort of soured me. Here I came in and I saw, no, each one of those bikes is different. It's still the same thing, but there's 20 different solutions to the question instead of 20 clones of the same thing.
Yes, it's been kind of amazing to see all those e-bikes. I wasn't expecting that, honestly, walking through here.
Remember at the AIME Expo 2 years ago, we had 2 demo tracks going simultaneously.
Yeah.
And then it's like, well, I guess e-bikes are over when we don't have demo tracks, but they're still here.
Absolutely. Now, as far as the dealers, and you're talking to the people that you know, and what are some of the things that they're facing that have been a struggle this past year?
Everything. The tariffs, inventory issues, availability to financing, both wholesale and retail financing. Being a dealer is a really hard way to make an easy living. It's supposed to be fun and you're supposed to be making people's dreams come true, but the dealer has got all the pressure in the world on his shoulders or her shoulders because there's now a greater percentage of women dealer owners than there's ever been in the history of the industry. So that's awesome. And they're all great operators and they all face the same problems. And at the end of the day, they pay for the overhead and the lights going on and the employees' salaries and all of this stuff out of a tiny little fraction of margin that you have on a new unit, and even less steady or reliable flow of income.
Right.
And yet they keep coming back and opening those doors every day. And I wouldn't do it. It's much easier to be a magazine guy talking about dealers than to be a dealer that faces all of that every day.
Is there anything that's changed positively within the past 20 years for dealers?
In the past 5 years, we've seen the advent of the National Powersport Dealer Association. So the car guys have had NADA and their associations for going on 70 years.
Mm-hmm.
We've been around since 1900, 1903, depending on which story that you believe. We've never had a National Dealer Association. We have the Motorcycle Industry Council and its predecessors that started in the 40s and 50s.
Okay.
But the dealers themselves have never had a champion or advocate other than Dealer News and some of the other trade magazines. And we are the first and oldest of those trade magazines. So we're proud of that position. But we're also elated to see that NPDA is giving dealers a voice and giving them shared resources, access to education and things that they haven't had across the board before.
That's fantastic. Robin, thank you so much for joining me today.
Nick, thank you for having me.
Likewise.